Good day and welcome to today's construction class. My name is Oluwatunde Blessing or Lally, the founder of MaekllTech. Alright, we'll be constructing the problem displayed on the screen, having a span of 165 and a height of 108. Alright, that span of 165 by 108 actually employs is one of the components of a conic section, and that is an ellipse. So, and on the inside, we'll be employing the principle of geometry and tangency as the case. Maybe first thing is to produce a thin horizontal line, which I've actually produced before I actually switch on this camera. Okay, and the next thing right now is to produce a vertical line to that thin horizontal line, and I'm going to draw that right here like this, the vertical line like this. Now after drawing the vertical line, the next thing is pick my compass. Okay, pick my compass. The span is 165, so radius is going to be 82.5 with 82.5 on my compass, which is this. With 82.5 on my compass, I stand at this junction. Okay, I strike an arc right and what and left. You can see that right there. Okay, after doing that, the vertical plane 108, that is going to be radius of 54. 108 divided by 2, that's 54. So with radius 54, from this same midpoint, I strike bottom and what top. So I'm going to denote those cardinal points. This area A, this area B, this area C, and this area what D. Now for the ellipse, I will be using the approximate method. And if I'm using the approximate method, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to connect C to A in this order like this. I'm connecting C to A like this faintly. Yeah, thin horizontal line. Thin line. I said horizontal line, don't mind me. So after connecting that faintly, the next thing is I'm going to pick this midpoint. I'm going to call it O. I'm going to pick length AO. Length A to O, which is this. With length AO, I sit at O, and I strike an arc at the top. So it touches my vertical line. I will denote that as mark E. Alright, so I'm going to place my compass at mark C, extend this to E, that is radius CE, with radius CE at center C. Okay, I draw this arc. I draw that arc. So the arc touches my AC on this line. I call that mark what? F. With my compass, I bisect AF. I bisect AF with my compass. Normal principle of bisection at A, up and what? Down, at F, up and what? Down. So at the point of intersection with my ruler, I draw the bisector. Okay, joining the bisector like this. Ensure you avoid error while drawing. Okay, so I draw it faint line. So my bisector touches the horizontal line right here at mark, I call it mark G. Okay, and where it touches the vertical line right here, I call it mark what? Mark H. Okay, in that order like that. Okay, so now the next thing is I'm going to pick my compass. All right, pick my compass, and with radius G to H, which is this, with radius G to H, I draw this faintly like this. Take note of that. Now with that same G to A, I come to B. Okay, with that same GA, I strike an arc at this mid horizontal line. I call this what? G complement. So with center G complement and radius G complement B. So I draw this second circle faintly. You see, I'm drawing it faintly. Okay. Now, next thing is I'm going to place my compass at mark H. So place my compass at mark H. I extend it all the way to mark C, which is this. To mark C. So to mark C, I draw this. I'm going to make it bold, not faint. Okay, I'll make it bold. So I make it bold like this. All right. So after doing that, so with my H to C, I stand at D. Then I strike an arc towards the top. I have my H complement. H complement is directly above mark C. So H complement right there. So with that same radius, I start at H complement. Okay, I extend it to D. Then what, I draw this. So I'm going to make it bold once and for all. I make it bold once and for all like this. I make it bold once and for all like this. So after making it bold, then I'm going to call back all the way here. So my G complements to B, which is this. Okay, so I'm going to just thicken it out like, ensure I don't make any mistake. Okay, so like this. I draw that, make it bold. Then I come to my G to A. So I repeat the same thing here. I make it what? I make it bold. I make it bold. So I have my ellipse well developed like that. So next thing is I'm going to okay, so let me start from the left hand side. Okay, so from the middle right here of my ellipse towards the left hand side, I'm having a mark of 38, which is this. Okay, so this mark of 38, let me just project it vertically. Okay, so ensure your T-square is sitting perfectly on your drawing board. So I project it faintly like that. So from this intersection now, I'm going to provide a circle of diameter 70, that's radius 35. So with my compass, I measure radius 35, which is this. Radius 35, which is this, sitting at the mark of 30 right here. I produce this circle. I'm going to make the circle bold once and for all. Okay, bold. Now on the inside, we have hexagon. Hexagon. We are told that the distance across flat for the hexagon is 38, and that's going to be radius what? Radius 19. So with my compass, I measure radius 19, which is this. With this radius 19, I see it right here. At the center of 38, I produce this circle faintly. Producing that circle faintly, I'm going to develop my hexagon first of all. Alright, so to develop my hexagon, I slide my T-square to the top of the 38 circle, then I draw a tangential line to it faintly. The same thing to the bottom, I draw a line tangential to it like this faintly. Then after that, I pick up my 30 by 60 degree set square using the 60 degree axis. I slide this like this, then I draw this boldly like this, then tangentially to this side also I draw this boldly like this. So, and I'm also turning it this way on this axis boldly like this. Then I'm going to draw this axis also boldly like this. Okay, after doing that, I'm going to thicken this at the bottom like this. Okay, then this at the top, I will thicken it like this. Okay, now on that area is what is sorted. Now on my right hand side, I'm going to pick my ruler. Okay, from mark B right here towards the inside, I'm going to measure mark of 20. So on this mark of 20, I've just projected vertically, okay, to denote my point right here on this mark of 20. So I will draw this faintly vertically like this. Oh, sorry, that's an error. Yeah, that's it. So vertically 20 is this. So this is it. Okay, don't mind this. That one is an error. So right here, I'm having a circle of radius 8, diameter 16, sitting at that junction. So with my compass, I measure radius 8, which gives me diameter 16. Okay, with radius 8, which is diameter 16, I see it right here. Then I draw the circle. So I'm going to make the circle bold once and for all. I need to come back. So from that same center, I'm having a circle of radius 20. So I'm going to extend my compass all the way to radius 20. Radius 20. Now this radius 20 circle, I won't make it bold yet. I'll just make it faint. Then I will come back. So I'm just going to draw this faintly like this, as you can see, faintly like that. Now after doing that, I'm going to pick my compass and measure radius 92. Now radius 92 from mark D and from mark C, I'm going to draw them opposite each other. Okay, with radius 92. So with radius 92 on my compass, which is this, with radius 92 on my compass from mark C. from Mark C, I draw this faintly like this. Then with radius 92 from Mark D, I draw this faintly like this. Do you see that? So take note of those two arcs. Now I'm going to employ the principle of our tangency, connecting this radius 92 to this circle of diameter 70 is arc of radius 13. Okay, and that arc of radius 13 is on this circle of diameter 70, it is external. It is external. On this of diameter and radius 92, it is internal. So what I'm trying to explain now, if you don't understand, check the description. There is a link to the principle of tangency whereby I explain the basic principle of tangency. So that should actually act as a source of help to you. It will explain what I'm trying to do here. So 13 plus this diameter 70, the circle is diameter 70, the radius is radius 35. 13 plus 35 is 48. So with my compass, I pick radius 48. Radius 48 on my compass. So with radius 48 on my compass, I sit at the center right here, center of that circle. Then I draw this arc across. You see, I draw that across faintly. Now, 13 minus 92, that's 79. 79. I pick mark of 79, which is this 79. With mark 79 from mark C, I draw. I have intersection right there with 79 from mark D. I draw. So I have my first intersection right here, second intersection right here. So with those intersections settled, I pick my compass and measure radius 13. Radius 13, which is the radius of the arc itself. With radius 13 at this intersection right here, you see, I draw this. Okay, with radius 19 sitting right here, I draw this on the opposite right here. So I make it bold once and for all. Okay, settled. Now towards the bottom here, an arc of radius 6.5 is connecting 92 and 20. So this arc of radius 6.5 on this radius 20, this thing is an external arc. So 20 plus 6.5 is 26.5. So with my compass, I measure 26.5, which is this. With 26.5, which is this. With 26.5, which is this, I sit at this center. Then I draw this arc across like this. Okay, then the opposite side, 6.5 minus 92, that's 85.5. So with my compass and my ruler, I measure 85.5, which is this. With 85.5, I come to mark C right here. I strike my first intersection. I have it there with 85.5 to mark D. I have my second intersection. So 1 and 2. So with that settled, I pick my compass and measure radius 6.5. Radius 6.5. All those additions and subtraction I did, if you don't understand them, check the description. There is a link there to principle of tangency. Watch the video, you will understand how to denote external and internal arc. Right. So from here now, I don't think I got my dimension. Okay, so right here like this, I have my 6.5, and I draw this out. Sorry for that double this thing over there, and right here also my 6.5. I draw this out. So with those areas settled, I can pick my radius 20 now. So which is from here all the way to here, my radius 20, and taking this out like this. You can taking that out like that. The area is settled. Then from 90, from D all the way to instead of me to measure, I just want to place it and just extend it to it, so as not to waste my time. It is still So then I draw, then from C with your 92, from C, I also draw. So drawing, I have my object enclosed, and that actually brings us to the end of this particular problem as displayed on the screen right here. Okay, my name remains Oluwatomi Blessing Olalekun, the founder of MaekllTech. Kindly ensure to subscribe to this channel and also refer it to your friends who might be in need of it. Thank you.